75 years of rivalry and great sportsmanship in that game. As you saw, there were no unsportsmanlike penalties or anything like that. So that part was good. Special teams was unusual, to say the least. We did good in some phases, and we just did horrible, obviously, in other phases. Just goes to show you probably, I guess, how important special teams are. We had a punt return average and kickoff return averages that were very, very good. Punt return, 23 yards on 2 punt returns and 40 yards on 2 kickoff returns. So we showed some excitement in that. Ian Campbell punted the ball well, not a lot, but 3 punts for almost 48 yards. That was his best game punting. And then the rest was really a nightmare. Field goal PAT protection on the long field goal was very poor inside. It was kickable, but still, we didn't block it correctly, if at all. So I was real disappointed in that touchdown. Then, of course, the kickoff return toward the end of the game was embarrassing for the players that were on the field, embarrassing for us, and the muffed punt by Marlin was a mistake, but he probably should have fair caught it. But I will say that he had hurt his shoulder and didn't have a very good game. He had the 1 return, got hurt on that, bruised his shoulder, and that bothered him the whole game. So he didn't have the kind of game. But then Trayvon Nixon came in and returned a great punt, and Donovan Kemp returned a real good kickoff. So we just can't have 3 major errors like that in a game that's a close game and get away with it without, and the fumble, right, second play of the game was just on a dive play. My gosh, you might as well try double secret, triple reverse pass and fumble it rather than just dive the ball up the middle and have it stripped away like their number 39 did to us. So the turnovers were not obviously we're pleased with. On offense, again, we put together a 2-minute drive just before the half, and Trevor's just outstanding at that. And our guys are making clutch catches, and we're running the ball on draws and traps up the middle when we have them. The defense gives it to us. And Trevor has a lot of leeway there. Aaron Price does a great job of selecting the plays and gets them out to Trevor, and then he can either take it or check to something else he knows what to check to, and he does a great job. We're 8 of 14 on 3rd down conversions, which is really good. We were effective in all of our short yardage running plays. We did throw a short yardage pass that was incomplete, but we were effective in goal line and our short yardage, which is something that we've worked hard and will continue to do that. We protected real well for Trevor, I thought. I can't remember him getting hit or knocked down. His uniform is pretty clean after the game. I don't know if we have to take his to the dry cleaner or not. Pretty nice. So that was good because he should feel pretty good today. Defense, we played the option very good. Very, very good. They almost got out of the option game altogether, because we played it very well. Quarterback trap was good for them. Quarterback draw trap was good for them early and long yardage. But he ended up, I think, hurting his ankle before the game was all over. And it was a physical game. And they were 3 of 13 on 3rd down conversions and caused 3 turnovers, and we only missed 9 tackles the entire game. So I was very pleased with the defense. We also stopped that 2-point play after their kickoff. And they went for the 2 points, and the guys were pretty upset about that, didn't want to allow that. So I think Montgomery will be ready to go, but we'll just have to see how the week goes. It's going to be a little bit different because we gave them, I haven't seen the team on Sunday. We gave them Sunday off. give them a day off. We always give them one day off, but they have Monday off, but they come in and lift. Sunday they come in and lift. But we had, I think we had 55 guys come through yesterday. Traveling team 66, we had 55 guys come by yesterday on their Sunday off. Either lift or run, or work out. I saw guys out here throwing and catching. And so that's good. But I think they need the time off just mentally. About halfway through the season is a good time to take a day off. Cowboys, they water their horses once in a while too. So that's what we'll be doing. But the injuries, the injury report, I really don't have one for you today. I talked to Don yesterday. During the day, as the players were coming in, we are banged up, and it's a good time to take a day off. I just can't comment on any of the. A couple guys got some hurt knees, sore knees, and we'll be x-raying them today and the next day. Well, it can be a number of different guys. We have McCage played in the game, and so did, and obviously Eloy did. And you saw him walk in his ankle sprain, so we'll just have to go along and see how that pans out. But it would be, but McCage went in the game and played very well. Nathan McCage. No, I think we have enough. We have Jarrell Watkins, too, as a center that's redshirted. We'd like him to redshirt, but he's been our center all year long. And we can move guards in there, too. We just have to work on it. We just have to see how these guys are going to be, if they're going to play or not. But it's a good thing for us to do is prepare these type of positions and these type of, just like we did with the running backs came in the game and did a great job. And Will Oslinski didn't play at left tackle. Lance Bauman came in and did a super job replacing Will. He had hurt his neck on weightlifting. Somehow twisted his neck, and we thought he could play right up until game time. Right up until the very time we're leaving off the field, I thought Will Oslinski was going to play. And then he said, I can't. I just hit the guy and it hurts, so I can't play. And so we started playing. They're really doing well, keeping the ball in front of them. They didn't give up any big plays. The fumble, they drove down and scored, and then the muff punt, they didn't get a first down. So they're just, the kids are playing hard. They're doing what they're supposed to. We had 3 turnovers, playing hard, playing a lot of guys. So that's real good. Whiston Jude came in and played real well in safety. Spencer played well. Spencer's going to be a real good player for us. Those guys are going to have to get us through the rest of the season. You know, some of those kids coming and playing. Yeah, Chris Adams. The week before, he came out here against Memphis and really sucked it up. He was really hurt. He hurt his back. And if anybody in here has ever had a low back problem, you know what that's like. Oh, God, it can be so painful and just enabling. And he sucked it up, played the whole game against Memphis, and ended up making the big catch on the last drive. And then here, they just couldn't cover him. He just was, he was schooling those defensive corners, you know, deep patterns, and getting wide open. And Trevor, like I said earlier, had great protection, so we were able to hold the ball till he got open and throw it deep. Rice is coming in with a really great option. They've got 2 of their best players are transfers. Quarterback transferred from Alabama, and their running back, McDuffie, number 2, transferred from Michigan. Both Texas kids. We knew about them, obviously. Everybody in Texas tried to recruit both of those guys. And they're back now. They came to Rice for some unknown reason. I don't know why, instead of UTEP, but they did come back to Rice and are playing for them, and they're really doing a great job. The other guy, Smith, number 37, who had a wonderful game against us last year, has consistently kind of dropped out of the scene for them, to the point where he only carried the ball twice last week. But he will be in there, and he's really a good running back. They've started the same 11 guys on defense for 5 games in a row, so they've not had any injuries in that area. Where they have had injuries is at the quarterback position. Both the backups to Panuzzi are hurt, and so I don't know how much they're going to play, but he's going to get the bulk of it. He carried the ball 15 times last week, and got hit quite a few times as he was throwing, so he probably was in the whirlpool yesterday. But they have not been blown out by anybody. They scared the living dickens out of me in the Texas game. I turned that thing on at the beginning of the year and going like, oh my God, they're great. And Texas wasn't looking so good. Texas isn't quite the team they have been in the past. It's turned out to be. And they played Northwestern, which is undefeated, played it very well, 13-31. They played Baylor, which is playing really well right now too. And they lost that game 13-31 also. So other than that, SMU probably beat them as good as anybody, because they were up quite a bit and came back and tried to make a game out of it and got beat 31-42. But SMU's a good football team too, so they're pretty healthy. It looks like offensive line has got, I think, 4 starters returning from last year. Fanuzzi, of course, played against us last year. He's really a good player, quarterback, strong runner. They run pretty much the same offense that they've been running for the last 4 years. It seemed to be pretty good against us. That we're 0-4 against them. No one has to remind me of that. So I would personally like to change that. Well, they only won 2 games last year. We were one of them, and we were leading throughout that game, and then just kind of things fell apart. And boy, it wasn't a good day for the Miners. Goal line, they ran the ball right down. They made some good plays to get down there, and then we didn't stiffen. We just kind of let them run in the end zone. So I've watched that game quite a few times, kind of disappointed with our effort against them. So they definitely have our number. And in the last 4 years they've beaten us. That's quite a string in this conference for anybody to achieve. Now, I might say one thing however, about playing in the Sun Bowl. They make all their calls, all their offensive calls from the sideline, and he yells it out to the players on the field. So if there's anything you want to do to help UTEP football, it's come Saturday night and scream and yell when they have the ball, because that will be a factor. That can really be a factor, and it can help a lot. So we'll take anything from the fans we can to get them here. So please come, try to fill this place up, and be loud, be aggressive, have fun. Should be great weather, and we're 4-1, and there's not a lot of teams that are 4-1. Let's make us 5-1 with helping us with a victory. This place can really help against this team. This crowd being aggressive when they have the ball and loud will help us win. Some quarterbacks can do it. Some quarterbacks aren't any good. We don't know what Trevor can do because we haven't run it very many times. But he did a nice job with it, didn't he? And we got it. It's most of the defenses, however, when you get into goal line now, are loading it up, putting 3 guys in there over the center and the 2 guards with the 4th linebacker to take away the quarterback sneak. So it's almost an old thing. People don't hardly run quarterback sneak anymore because the defense has taken it away. All of these guys have played now 5 games, and same starters. I know we recruited a lot against those guys. Philip Gaines, we recruited the kid from Minnesota, tripped here. A lot of the players on defense were guys that we recruited that we didn't get for whatever reason. So we know they are missing their outstanding defensive end, who was the best player on their defense last year. But all the 11 guys have played a lot. They have given up a lot of points, but against good teams, like I'm saying, against Texas, against Northwestern, which is 4-0 or 5-0, and Baylor, which is having a great year and has a great offense. So, and then SMU, which is doing well. So it isn't like they played St. Mary's Sisters of the Poor or something like that offensively. The offensive teams have been good, and that's the reason